You don't like to be reminded how we got to this point.
The Crown doesn't ask existential questions of itself.
Perhaps it should.
Won't stop till it's over.
Perhaps now is the time.
The Crown, season 6. This is the 6th and final season of Crown, the show I've been watching pretty much every year since its release. And, you know, it's something that I always find interesting. It's a history that I don't know a lot about. British history, which is kind of interesting. So this season, basically, we cover basically the end of the night. We cover the 90s and to the 2000s, pretty much the end of her reign, which we don't get to see that final season. I feel like the show is left open for more, and maybe that's the point. I think maybe it's good not to see the Queen's death, because that gets kind of morbid at a point. The season is split into two because Netflix does this stupid thing where, hey, let's release half the season here. Let's get people to forget about our show, and then we can release it again. And they're like, oh yeah, here's the show. And the season, I will say, unlike like The Witcher, which took me out of it, and then when I watched it, it's like cool, and then the show was over. This season actually felt kind of interesting to do, split it in two halves, because the two seasons are two different stories. The first half of the season 6 is all about the Princess Diana death and some of like the conspiracies around it and how the nation recovered because she was just such a polarizing figure. And then the last half is really just kind of wrapping everything up. And I will say the Princess Diana stuff, like, I was watching it with someone and they had to walk away because it was too depressing for them to watch it. But I really did. I actually like, because that is such a huge moment, not just in like British history, but like world history, because Princess Diana was such a polarizing figure. And I really think Elizabeth Debicki did such an incredible job portraying her. I think she did a good job last season. I think she did a good job this season as well. The storyline that I actually really found myself involved in was actually Prince William. I thought the story around him was really good, and that's one thing I wish we would have seen, like another season of the show, because you could have totally gone into the Prince William and Prince Henry stuff about him marrying the actress Meghan Markle, and then basically disavowing the royal life and everything. I think that could have been a very interesting final season. And the show, I mean, you see hints of it, like the tension and how it's hard to be number 2 and all this other stuff. Overall, the 6th season was alright. I mean, like I said, this show peaked in season 1 and season 2. Season 1 and season 2 is really what made the show for me. Really, season 1. And the show has been trying to capture that. And maybe it's just because I like seeing old historical stuff. And when we start getting more modern day, I'm just kind of, it's okay. Overall though, I enjoyed 6th season and I recommend checking it out. If you have not checked out The Crown at all, I recommend checking out The Crown. It's an interesting historical stuff, and that's all I gotta say about that. So guys, have you checked out season 6 of The Crown, and what are your thoughts? Comment below, let me know. And guys, if you like the video, tell us about subscribe some more, and tell your friends about Easy Nation. All too easy.